meditation. Sitting in a comfortable position. Relax yourself. And first of all, offer ourselves with Buddha and our teachers for the security and guidance. And gently bring your attention to the primary object and spend some time observing the rising and falling of abdomen. And making a mental note each time when there is a rising, when there is a falling. So rising, rising, falling, falling. And while we are paying attention to this rising and falling of abdomen, a distraction comes, recognizing that distraction, observing, acknowledging, noting, and let go. And back to the primary object, rising, falling. So while we are working in such a way, you may experience some pleasant sensations and unpleasant sensations, whether the physical unpleasant sensation or pleasant sensations. Knowing them as they are, as pleasant, as pleasant, as unpleasant, as unpleasant, or just a neutral. These pains, itchiness, feeling of a heat and a cold, tightness are a natural phenomena. Won't last long. These sensations come and go. Like the rain when it falls and hits the surface of the water and creates the bubble that doesn't last long. What lasts long is our reaction to it. If that's a pleasant, we have this tendency to grasp and enjoy and be with it. And if that's an unpleasant sensation, then there is a tendency to resist, remove, and free as soon as possible. So we are not having that mindset. That's actually the cause of suffering. Desire, desire to have, desire not to have. In a Four Noble Truths, the Buddha clearly instructed us to recognize that desire, but not to have the desire itself. So whenever we experience the pleasant sensation or unpleasant sensations, recognizing it as it is. And at the time, the sensation could be conditioned by other elements, whether it is the physical element or whether that's the sound, the temperature of the room, or the thoughts. The thoughts here and memories. Which force us to manifest into imagination, thinking, planning, and so on. That's fine. In order to be able to recognize them as they arise, first task is to quieten the mind. Settle the mind by observing the primary objects and familiarize with that. If you haven't practiced that initial basic practices, then it will be very difficult to recognize these other activities that related to the feelings, sensations, emotions, and moods. It doesn't matter how hard you want to be happy, it doesn't matter how hard you want to be free, you can't, because you haven't built the foundation yet. So the foundation is very important. The more we're able to concentrate on the rising and falling of the abdomen or a primary object, working with that, mind settles, and then restlessness settles. They want to be restless. We don't need to move frequently. We're able to control and be mindful the desire to move, desire to change, desire to be this, desire to be that. And when there is unpleasant sensation comes, and rather than learning from it, we straight away change and we don't know the reality. It's like there is a simile given when you're boiling a water. As soon as start boiling, you think that it's too much, and you put it aside, let it cool, and you put it back again, turning the light, the fire, and then switch it off again. Then you want to get the hot water. Similarly, if we really want to train to see these sensations, emotions, feelings, moods, then we have to keep fire going on. And rather than moving, changing, learn from it. And it's only possible practicing from the basics and working with that basics. So building up that foundation. So when there is a pleasant sensation again, there is no desire to be with it or grasping. When there is an unpleasant sensation comes, then not resisting or agitation is not there. We learn to notice, okay, this is uncomfortable, rather than changing straight away, recognizing that the desire to change, desire to resist, desire to move, which we've been doing all the time. As soon as we sense something, we react to it, which is the emotion, and then that continues. And restless mind, restless body, and then restless moods. That's very important. We build up the foundation, and slowly rest will unfold itself. But that's why today we've been working on recognizing the sensations, recognizing our emotions, recognizing our feelings and the moods, how these manifests. and what is the reason behind that manifestation. But if you can't do it, or if you can't observe it, acknowledge them yet, then it's okay. Just to back to the basics. Observe the rising and falling of abdomen. Work with that. When mind distracts, recognize the distractions, observing, acknowledging, noting, let go and back to the primary object, rising, falling. And as you feel that mind settles, slowly expanding your understanding, rising, falling in a different forms, different patterns, related to the expansion and contractions of the body. And with that, the sensation of a pleasant and unpleasant sensations, or a neutral sensation, and working with that, not letting it to be the one that influence our behaviors and moods, and then transforming us to be miserable or unhappy. So continue practicing for some times.